All right, so let's talk about the Solana chart. We're starting to break out, moving from $24 last night to a little local high above 25.30. I say local high for the time being. So we talked about this support cluster quite a bit in past videos. Personally was able to catch this first bounce for around $300, getting stopped out shortly after. But profit is pop profit, and then it was time to go to bed. And I don't like sleeping with orders in when Bitcoin's kind of crashing. So Bitcoin was kind of breaking some key support. And I did put an order in, but I put it in a little bit safer here towards the bottom of this cluster around $24.02. And the exchange I trade on, I missed it by a penny and a half, which is unfortunate. But I'm happy to see this support cluster hold because it tells us that our trading methodologies and support levels work, right? Which I know they work, but it's always nice to see that, hey, the trade setup was very valid. We just missed our entry by less than 2 cents. Regardless, we've gotten a really nice bounce there. Now the next trade setup that I'm looking for is for this to actually hold support on 25 and run up to our next cluster, right? So we broke through 25. That's our price bias level or our big psychological level. It's been kind of what's essentially been capping this kind of shorter term range here on the hourly chart. Now we're trying to hold it as support. If we do want to see a move up to 25.60, you can see 25.60 was our previous cluster that we talked about as resistance. It's held as resistance. Now, in general, Solana's holding this uptrend pretty nicely. If we did see like a really nasty bit of volatility here, I'd be happy to buy this into the downtrend and uptrend intersection. That'd be fine. That'd actually be a really, really attractive trade to just try to hold the bottom of the range again. However, in the short term, my trade setup that I'm looking for, and again, I don't love shorting into general uptrends, but we've got 4 confluent levels here. So I'm going to look for a little bit of a short here. Maybe try to catch it, getting pushed back down to $25. Maybe catch it for like 0.5% or something and then just get stopped out if this continues to run. If it breaks through, holds the support, then we look to go long all the way up to $32 or not $32, around this 27 range. Right, a couple of resistance levels there. So a couple of easy trade setups there. I'll throw on the short level here. We look at something like that, right? Something like that is going to give us 2-to-1 risk reward just on a retrace back down to 25. But if we look to target a full range rotation, right, all the way back down to 24 or to the trend lines, then we could potentially be getting close to 5-to-1 risk reward depending on where we place our stop loss. So that's the trade setup. Going to be moving that stop loss in aggressively on the way back down if it holds as resistance. If it pumps through, we just get stopped out. All right, look to flip long. Pretty straightforward one for Solana there. Overall, this breakout today looking pretty bullish, taking out the range highs, trying to hold support. So it's going to be, in my opinion, pretty clear here if we get continuation. And then the last thing I will say about this 25.60 resistance on the, I believe the 4-hour chart, which is a time frame that I do like to keep track of, what we want to be looking for ultimately is a push up to let's see here. Let's get that a little bit bolder so you guys can see it. Bold line. A push up to 25.60 without RSI breaking and making new highs. Because ultimately, if we can get that kind of blow off top to 25.60, get our short filled, right? And then be printing this bearish divergence, that's really ideal. That's quite ideal for a short, even if it's just back down to $25 or so. So that's my trade setup for Solana. Don't copy trade me. You feel free to make your own trade setups or whatever, but I don't encourage people to just blindly copy trade me because there's a lot of nuance to managing these positions once you actually get in them. If you want access to the indicators that I'm using to find these support and resistance clusters, head over to Sistine Research. I do have tutorials on how to use them, their margin pressure levels, their risk reward levels, a couple of other levels as well. You can grab the indicators bundle, or you can also get access to the indicators bundle if you subscribe to the Research Hub, which is a monthly subscription where we identify asymmetric risk reward opportunities in the crypto market and present them to our clients. Otherwise, if you want to trade, if you're watching this on YouTube, I have links in the description below for BTCC, which is where you can trade derivatives if you're based in the US. If you're not based in the US, Bybit is a good option, and there's a link to that as well. If you are watching this on Twitter and you want one of those referral links, you get like fee discounts, I believe. You can just DM me. All right. Thanks so much for tuning in. Catch you next time. Peace.